We're sitting in this beautiful space and it makes me think straight away of that issue of space versus location. You know, you can see the volume of this room. It's a great sized home. This is great for a large family, but maybe you want to have your large family close to schools or work, and therefore you go in a city with a smaller footprint.
It's really down to people's lifestyle choices, and the most important thing for us is that people are making the right decision financially based on what is going to suit them lifestyle-wise and personally. I personally live in a 3-bedroom apartment. I chose to rent in an area that I actually want to live in because of convenience of having a child and working in the city and things like that. That to me was the primary motivation. I think if that is your primary motivation, people will make a decision like that and then feel comfortable to invest in another area where they don't necessarily want to live, but they want to stay in the property market.
So you're rent vesting.
I am rent vesting and it's working beautifully for me.
It's interesting you say that you're bringing up a child in a 3-bedroom apartment, because I really do think that there's not enough of them being built, because I do think, I see Sydney in particular and probably Melbourne, where you know, we're growing up as cities because the demands that we all have, we've got lifestyle requirements in terms of being connected and being close to our community, our established community, but also a commute. And as traffic gets worse and worse, you know, public transport links and being close to where you work and where schools are and everything become more and more important. So I'm thinking and I'm seeing evidence in families where that priority is changing from space to lifestyle. And so then people are going to have to be clever about what they buy and making decisions about, well, what is important.
Do you know, it's about psychology of housing too. I mean, I'm a twin. I grew up sharing everything, and I deal with homes now, people building large homes with 4 or 5 bedrooms, all with an ensuite. And we talk about the dynamics of how children share a space, how you fight to use the mirror and brush your teeth. It impacts your lifestyle, but also time. So you talk about apartment living. It's very common overseas for people to live in apartments all their lives. For Australia, we're coming around to it for economic reasons and lifestyle, but it's also about investment. So you can affordably get into an apartment in an area that you might not be able to afford to buy a home. And even though you have space is smaller, you can use that space very cleverly. So storage. I'll say 3 times because it's so important.
And once again, it goes straight to the point of just having a little bit of thought about what you might want to do. The reality is that you can actually have a discussion very easily with either your current bank or new ones to talk about that sort of transition period, and a lot of institutions are very open to that. We do a lot of business, for example, with people who want to finance an investment property and their owner-occupied home, and you want to assess things together. And really, there is now is the perfect time to be going down that path. To ask the questions about those sorts of things. Once again, being able to tailor something that is perfect for your circumstance. It's a lot easier now than it was before.